Welcome back to In Focus Kentucky, where each week we look at one different issue impacting Kentuckians. And today we're focusing on hunger throughout the Commonwealth. We're talking again with Commissioner Ryan Quarles about the Kentucky Hunger Initiative and what plans he has in 2018, specifically with how he plans to work with Senator Mitch McConnell to get federal legislation passed to make sure that every Kentuckian is able to access stable food sources. Commissioner Quarles says he has big plans on where he wants to take the Kentucky Hunger Initiative in 2018.
I think we're going to have a lot of discussions about federal policy this year. We're going to have a Kentucky federal delegation has a lot of influence on federal legislation in 2018, including Senator McConnell. And so we've actually have discovered some federal regs and some federal laws that we think could be tweaked to help improve our situation here in Kentucky.
Quarles says Kentucky's Hunger Initiative is a model for other states across the country to learn from. And he says the task force will stay busy throughout the year addressing and working to solve Kentucky's hunger problem.
And also, we just launched in 2018 a first of its kind program in the nation that connects Kentucky Proud farmers with summer feeding sites across Kentucky. We hope to put Kentucky Proud food into the hands of those kids who qualify for free and reduced lunch throughout the school's calendar year, but may not have a place to go during the summer. They deserve the ability to have food that's grown locally and food that both you and I can go out and buy every day.
Commissioner Quarles says his office is committed to working with food pantries across the state to make sure all families become more aware of how to access their local food resources.
If you're suffering from food insecurity or need a little bit of help, don't hesitate to contact a local food pantry. There are dozens here in Louisville. There's at least one in every county in every state. And also contact the food banks as well. They take care of their clients and they do it in a discreet way. We want to help you, and oftentimes people don't have the courage to stand up and face that stigma that sometimes is attached to hunger. So if you are in need, don't hesitate to contact us. We will find solutions for you.
We're back with Dr. Allison Gustafson and Amanda Hagee of the University of Kentucky's Stop Hunger Group, whose mission is to lead the war on hunger at the school. Both work within the Department of Dietetics and Human Nutrition. And once again, thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you.
Now talk, Allison, about Commissioner Quarles. He talked about hoping to enact some federal policy. What types of policies do you think could help throughout the state with this hunger initiative?
Some federal policies related to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, formerly food stamps, which is now called SNAP, would really be looking at how do we improve the buying power of the SNAP customer. And most people think that SNAP residents are cyclical and they stay on it for their life, but in point of fact, 60 to 70%, depending on what you look at, are on it for less than 2 years. And they really are using SNAP or food stamps as a stopgap measure, something to get them through the hard times. And I think federal policy is addressing what types of food the SNAP recipient has access to and where SNAP residents reside and how do we get them access to affordable fresh food. And there's quite a bit of work being done on that. We have a Center for Poverty that I work with. Dr. Jim Ziliak is the leader there. And I have quite a bit of grant money working with him on those issues and addressing affordable, healthy food for our SNAP residents.
And Amanda, I know that Commissioner Quarles, he is hoping that Kentucky's model is something that other states can be able to model in the future with the Hunger Initiative. What are your thoughts on that?
Being a model for other states across the nation is something that the Commonwealth has the ability to do. In Kentucky, the rates of food insecurity are significantly higher than other states and the national average. And so if it works in Kentucky, it likely is going to be working in other states as well.
And Alice, I know that you've done some research and you talked about the SNAP program here in Kentucky. What are some of your general findings that are either helping or hurting the hunger epidemic?
I think a lot of times there's a misnomer that SNAP residents buy lots of sugar-sweetened beverages and candies and junk food. And actually, they're no different than the rest of America. So SNAP residents are buying that food just like the rest. But one thing that I am so excited about that we found out in our research is that those SNAP residents that live close to farmers markets buy more fruits and vegetables at farmers markets and continue that shopping pattern during the year than those residents who don't live close to a farmers market. And one thing I love about our state of Kentucky is the Kentucky Proud program and how much we really connect with our farmers and providing local food. And so I think one initiative that I would love to see come out of the commissioner's office is funding our farmers and funding our farmers to open farmers markets in many diverse areas, not just, you know, in Lexington, but across the state. We have one of the richest farmers markets in the nation, and so that I think we could be a great model for other states of how to get farmers to market, not only at farmers markets, but get their products to market in local grocery stores so that they're available year round.
Okay, and I know, Amanda, you mentioned earlier in the show about some of the different community partners that you all work with the Stop Hunger program. Talk about some of those partners that you all are working with.
We work with a variety of partners both on and off campus. Some of them include Glean Kentucky, which is a local organization that recovers fresh produce from farms and farmers markets and then uses that produce to distribute healthy meals. And so we recover from the Lexington Farmers Market and use the fresh produce in our meal distributions. We also partner with Fresh Stop Markets, which is a cooperative economic model in providing fresh produce in low-income neighborhoods in Lexington. There are some in Louisville as well, and our students are engaging with community members by offering education and cooking demonstrations at these markets and engaging individuals in learning how do you use the fresh produce weekly in your meals. We also partner on campus with Big Blue Pantry, which is the on-campus food pantry that serves those individuals that are students who don't know where their next meal is coming from.
Well, once again, we appreciate you all making time for us here on In Focus Kentucky, talking about this very important issue of hunger throughout the state.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for In Focus Kentucky. You can watch this or any of our shows at SpectrumInFocus.com. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Mario Anderson TV. I'd love to hear which issues you think we should be tackling on this show.